Hey, good afternoon. Welcome to Resource Prepping. I'm your host, Greg. Thank you for liking, subscribing, being here. Please check out my community page. I have some reposts and some new information regarding the IRS and the taxes they are levying on purchasing silver. So look at those and decide for yourself what you want to do. Again, I'm not a financial advisor or anything else. I'm just passing along information. You do what's good for you. I'll do what's good for me, and we'll share the information, see if it works out. Next, please keep our men and women that are in the military that may or may not be in harm's way, but let's keep them in our thoughts and prayers, will you? That would be really nice, and I'm sure they'd appreciate it. Listen, I'm 66 years old, semi-retired, and I'm looking for a way to grow my money so that way I can eventually retire and have enough to live on. And that is extremely difficult right now at this time, especially for you guys that are just starting out and saying, man, I got a lot of college debt, or I'm still paying on that. I'm trying to find a job that pays well, all this kind of stuff. I want my 401k, if you're being offered it. Be sure you're investing in that matching funds. That is very important. That's free money that your employer is giving you. So be sure you at least match those funds to grow your wealth. And that's what this one is all about. I opened up a Schwab account, as I told you before, and I am learning. Every day is learning. This is my quiet time from 7 a.m. till 9. I have coffee, I'm quiet, no TV, and I watch videos and read articles about investment, the do's and don'ts, what looks good, what's making money, what isn't making money, and that's what I'm doing. I thought I was a real genius. I followed some advice. I did my research, as you should, to see if it's right for you. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just regular Greg, trying to figure out a way how to make money for my retirement. So I thought I was doing pretty good, and then the war opened up, and the Dow Jones and NASDAQ and S&P all went bright red. Wow. Really rough days. Really, really rough days. I thought I was doing really well, but I'm not. It's back up in the green, so I'm not as depressed as I was. I had to stop looking at my phone and saying, oh my God, did I do the wrong thing? Did I do the right thing or anything else? You decide what you're going to do for you. But I'm back in the plus sign, so I'm happy. All right? I followed some suggestions on YouTube. First off, get yourself a couple notebooks. Take notes on what you think is right for you, what is good, what is bad, why you bought or sold that stock. Take the notes so you can reference them back a month, a year, whatever it is, and see why you bought or sold that stock. So you're going to have notes. I put in there, war broke out in Iran, stocks turned red, and this is why I'm not making money. Prior to that, I was all green and happy. Then a second book as to what you actually purchased, the stocks you own. I like to have it on paper, not just computer. I have an accounting of the stocks I own, the purchase price, which is important because when you're seeing green, you're saying making money. When did I get in on that stock and where is it now? And you can have a pretty good idea of whether you're getting rich or going broke. But this is a learning thing for me. And the stocks being red, I was telling the missus, oh man, I thought I don't know. I'm not sure if I did the right thing or not. But now that they're green again, I have the confidence back, and I stopped watching my phone every 5 minutes and everything. So you do I'm not a financial advisor or planner, but I did take the advice of the bank advisor and opened up my own Schwab. So I'm taking the fate of my money in my own hands, realizing that the savings account that is only paying you 1.5% when inflation is 3 to 5%, depending on who you listen to or what you believe. But we all see the groceries going up and up, and now gasoline is going up. I'm taking the bull by the horns and being accountable for myself, and you should too. I've met my goal, my quota on silver. I'm glad I did that. So I'm just watching it bounce up and down, and I have no explanation for what's going on in the silver market. I really don't. I'm done trying to figure it out, so I'm just sitting on what I have. Happy, fine. Next, being 66 years old, I'm trying to invest what little money I have and make money for my retirement, which will be at 68, 69, whatever, when I feel comfortable of sitting at home doing nothing. All right? But in the meantime, I'm working. My bills are paid. And this is the money I have to spend, to invest, knowing that there is a risk in the stock market and I can go big or I can go home crying. So be prepared for that. Again, I'm not your financial planner or advisor. You make sure your bills are paid first and foremost. You make sure you have food in the refrigerator and stocked up first and foremost. Then you can look and see what it takes to try and grow your money. So I have a list right here of some of the stocks that were making me money that went red and are now back green, so I'm okay with that. Again, I'm not a financial planner, but this is some of the stuff that is doing all right by me. And I'm not buying 1,000 shares. I'm staying within budget. Keep that in mind. First one is PAAS, Pan American Silver. I got in on this when it was $55 a share. At one point, it was up to $75. Then the bloodbath occurred. It is now currently, at the time of this filming, selling for $62.35. So I'm still making money on that. It is still green, and I'm growing my money with that investment. Again, you do what you want to do. These are just suggestions. Follow them or don't follow them. It's up to you. Next one is AG, call sign AG. First Majestic Silver. Got in on that when it was $25 a share. It is now $29.18 at the time of the filming. The next one is SCOL. Now, this is different. Aberdeen Physical Gold. I cannot afford $5,000 or more for a gold coin. I can't even afford $2,700 for a half an ounce. However, with this Aberdeen Physical Gold, I am buying shares of gold that is accounted for, audited in a Swiss vault. So I'm buying shares of that gold bar that has my name on it, as well as others. So I'm investing in that, and I'm happy with that. That is one stock that has been consistently green. So for $29.20, I'm buying more and more shares out of each paycheck to invest in gold. Now keep in mind, the silver mining is volatile. This one has been consistently green, but keep that in mind. Next one that has been it's a little pricey. I don't have a lot, but I bought more. And that is, the call sign is PPA, and that is Invesco Aerospace and Defense ETF. War is not good because it costs lives, destroys property, and everything else like that. But investing in the war machine, I'm making money. So PPA, making money, growing my money, and I'm doing all right with that, PPA. The next one, which has been a surprise, this is an investment in the S&P 500 Top Aristocrat ETF, Exchange Traded Funds, ETF, Exchange Traded Funds, and that is NOBL. Kind of pricey, but I'm making money on that. Look it up, NOBL. It's really a surprise, top investment. Now, for another one, I'm doing a Schwab. I have a Schwab account, so I'm investing in Schwab quite a bit. This next one is a money market fund, and the call sign is SWVXX. SWVXX. So if you say, I don't want to play the stock market, but I want to grow my money, the savings account is only paying me 1.5%. This investment you put in there, and it will grow. You leave it in there for 7 days or longer, 3.51% return. So it's a high yield, short-term money market fund, and I put money in that. I'm not touching it, and I hit reinvest. The dividends it would pay for, or the interest it's paying, so I can reinvest it and grow my money, and that's what you want. To reinvest your money, growing it without doing anything. You put the initial fund in there, $100 or whatever you can afford, and leave it set. And grow your interest and reinvest the dividends that pay you weekly. That's a good one. That's what I invested in and everything else. Now, the last one I'm going to show you is called a REIT, R-E-I-T. This is kind of volatile. The shares aren't really expensive, and the REIT is where you're buying or being part of the real estate, but you're not the landlord. You don't get the calls at midnight saying my toilet's overflowing or anything else. You are investing in a company that leases property to people. They pay the company rent. The company by law has to return that dividend to you, 80% of it, return it back to you. So I found one that I'm comfortable with. It's called, the call sign is FPI, Farmland Partners, and it's leasing farmland to, farmers who plant it, grow their crops, sell it off, pay the lease to Farmland Partners, and I get a return on that. That has been consistently green. There's been a few dips, but it's been consistently green, so I'm making money on that. Now, I did buy a lot more shares of that. It's currently selling for $12.51. I got it in on it at $12.09. Again, we're talking change that you probably have in your coffee can when you empty your pockets. But it adds up. It adds up very quickly when you do it by shares, and it's paying you returns. So annual dividend is 2.09%. You get a return of 2.09%, which is greater than your savings or having money in your checking account waiting to piss it away on some stupid Game Boy or something else like that. You're making money with this, and your earnings per share is coming out to be 45 cents a share. Now, if you have a lot of shares, you're getting money back. And if you reinvest that, which I did, and it's called DRIP system, where it's reinvesting any dividends or interest payments back into that stock, you're going to be making money. And my plan is to retire in 2 years. So with these investments, provided we don't have another tidal wave of red, I am making money, and I am going to keep on investing what I can afford after my bills are paid. We have food, the chickens are taken care of, the dogs are taken care of, and everything else. This is what I'm doing. So I'm passing it on to you. You can follow it or not follow it. I'm not a financial investor, but I've been doing a lot of research and staying up for 2 hours in the morning, every morning, my quiet time, to get me more educated in what I'm trying to do. All right? Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. I certainly appreciate it. I hope you find this interesting and informative. There's my list. There's where I'm at. You may have it, you may not. You may have your own Fidelity, Schwab, or Vanguard. A lot of the YouTube people say, oh, invest in QQQ and just buy that and sit back and wait for retirement. I don't have $650 a share. That's what it is. So I'm finding stocks for the common person like myself that can say, okay, I can invest $30 and not feel bad if I lose it because that's a McDonald's dinner. All right? Thank you so much for liking and subscribing. Keep the men and women in the military in your prayers and thoughts. Let's remember those 6 that already have lost their lives in this war and their families. Greg, thank you.